Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, we had a very warm day today. 80 plus degrees. Nothing terribly miserable, but definitely very warm. I can tell you it was very warm because I ended up having to fight a fire today, and being in the turnout gear, it was warm enough that it wasn't pleasant being in them. You know, when it's cool or cold, it's not too bad. But that stuff, that gear that you wear, if you're not familiar with it, it's made to keep the heat out, but it also keeps the heat in. And so you could definitely feel it today. Anyways, also noticed, do you remember over the last few weeks of me commenting many times about how beautiful and clear the skies were around here? They've been amazing, the beautifully clear blue skies. Today, the amount of chemtrails in the sky was all day long. It was crazy how much. I have not seen it like that in weeks. A lot of people think it was because the government shut down that stuff stopped. I don't know. I'm just saying. So a couple of things I want to talk about tonight. One is war. And one is what I've been talking about, this digital revolution. I don't know what even say it. I mean, they call it the fourth industrial revolution and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to play you a little snippet of what the president said on 60 Minutes. And if you think that this move towards digital currency and digital everything is far-fetched, just listen to what he says.
I only care about one thing. Will we be number one in crypto?
All right, so you just got a few seconds there, but, and I did not snip that little bit out and take it out of context. He's saying that his main focus in his presidency is to be the world leader in cryptocurrency. That's really all he cares about. That's what he's focused on. So, think about that. Every decision that's being made, is it being weighed on how it will affect the crypto markets? Are they wanting to crash the crypto market so that they can bring in their digital currency? You know, whether it's stablecoin or whatever it is it's going to end up being. I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you for those of you that have not seen that is, I think, a very perfect example of the fact that this administration isn't really any different than the last when it comes to, when it comes to the fact that they're pushing the Great Reset Agenda 2030. I saw something just the other day saying something similar to that, you know, whether it's Biden, Trump, Kamala, you know, Newsom, doesn't matter, J.D. Vance, you're still going to get Agenda 2030. It doesn't matter. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. So, for those of you that think, and I'm not saying, I've had people ask, you know, well, do you hate cryptocurrency? You know, no, I don't hate cryptocurrency. And I think that if you know what you're doing and you pay attention to things, there is money to be made in it. There's money to, you know, be made in Bitcoin and stuff. But the problem is that it's being developed and pushed into a digital currency, so that and it will be. I know that there's a lot of people that want it to be this decentralized blockchain, you know, this original concept of what cryptocurrency is, not even what Bitcoin is today, but what it was originally supposed to be. I'm telling you, that's not what they're going to allow to happen. It's not. They are not going to take a current monetary system and allow it to be free with cryptocurrency on blockchain and all that. They're getting people into the mindset of cryptocurrency that it's normal and it's okay and it's good and it's stable, and then whether it's instant or it's just little by little, they will switch you over to a controllable coin where it can be manipulated, and that's what it will be. That's what it will be for everyone. I don't know how they're going to do it. Probably no one really does, at least none of you. But that's what's going to happen. Also, the other thing to talk about, I have been telling you, especially since just the last couple of weeks of debacle with Donald Trump, and it hasn't stopped. Things that he said, it's almost like he's either completely out of touch or there's something going on and he doesn't care that he's losing a lot of his base. I mean, there's still certainly some of his base that are sticking with him, but others are just, they're done. There's been multiple online posts of people that can prove that they were strong MAGA supporters and they've walked away from supporting him. And the last couple of things is that he came out against Marjorie Taylor Greene, calling her a traitor and a Democrat and a liberal, and that she never votes for, with Donald Trump and the Republicans, which is not true. Over 90% of the time she has. And the only reason that he's come out and said all this is because she wants the Epstein files released. So that's the thing, that if you want the Epstein files released, then, you come out and be attacked and be, disowned and, kicked out of the club. I mean, that right there again, folks, if that's it, then what is it that those Epstein files have? I mean, that's saying a lot. And then the other thing is Thomas Massey from Kentucky remarried. His wife passed away last year, and he remarried this year. And a lot of people that I have seen in the past that have been really, really staunch supporters of Donald Trump have said that this one is the one that he crossed the line, and he comes out attacking him and his new wife. The fact that his wife died and that he married, within a year and a half or so later, and it's not nice. And a lot of people are saying so. Anyways, my point is that because of all this, there has to be a distraction. And the Epstein stuff and him saying that he's going to investigate Bill Clinton, that's not really enough, because I'm not seeing that really catching hold to where a lot of people like, okay, we'll give him a pass because he's going to start another investigation that will go nowhere. I'm not seeing that. So I'm telling you, it's war. It's probably going to be it. I'm not predicting it. I think that that's the most likely candidate. And it does seem that that's going to happen. So the Pentagon announced today that the president had 3 days worth of meetings with the Pentagon, and that various different packages were presented to him for strike packages. And decisions have been made, but they haven't announced, of course, what that is. And then today, the chief of the Pentagon, Hegseth, came out and announced 3 military operations. An operation to protect American ships and assets out on the open waters. That probably has something to do with Iran the other day seizing a ship, I think Malaysian, I can't remember. Marshall Islands, maybe is what it was. They seized an oil tanker. An operation to see, what was it? I think it was Iran's nuclear weapons or something like that. And then an operation to to take out the narco terrorists and all that kind of stuff down in the South America. So they've announced 3 new military campaigns, operations, and they said that the president has made decisions on strike packages and stuff. So something's happening. The Venezuela has ordered their military and reserves to start setting up barricades, booby traps, anything that they can along coastlines to make it difficult for American troops to invade. The Interior Minister of Venezuela said today that they are expecting strikes from the United States within days or any hour, within the hours ahead. And then also Iran sent out an emergency alert text to all of their citizens. They have something similar like here, where they have we have the emergency alert system that can come over your phone. They sent that out to all of Iranian citizens to prepare for an invasion or to be attacked from Israel and the United States by December. So things look like that they're headed towards the path of war again. And I'm telling you, and it's not just me, there's been a lot of experts that are warning that, and I know we didn't see it last time. I feel like I got something in my eye. Sorry about that if I'm picking at my eye. Something's in my eye. I'm trying not to let it bother me so I can get through the video. We didn't see oil prices really affected much back in May, when Israel and the United States and Iran were bombing each other. And so that may hold true, but that was also really kind of expected. It was, this build up, and so maybe Iran wouldn't be as much, but Iran is saying now that they're making promises to really hand it to Israel, that they're not going to tolerate this again. They're saying that they will launch 2,000 missiles all at once on the first strike. The last time, for 12 days, they only launched a total of 500 in 12 days. So if they launched 2,000 missiles at once or within a short amount of time, that would most definitely overwhelm Israel and their defense systems. Absolutely overwhelm it. The reports are that they have been building, they've been nonstop 24/7 building missiles and rockets and all kinds of equipment. Equipment's been pouring in from Russia and China. So they are definitely getting serious. And I think it's very likely that this time they could shut down the Strait of Hormuz or start, limiting flow of that, which would limit flow of oil. So it's possible that this time would be different. But then also, if we add Venezuela into it, understand and remember that Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world. And they have good oil. They have sweet crude, the kind of stuff that we want. And they have, there's an estimate that between Venezuela and Colombia and Guyana, about 60% of the world's rare earth mineral supply is right there. And then you've got the Amazon forest, which is like the lungs of the earth. I mean, you've got a lot. And so if we get involved with attacks and wars with both of those countries, it's not about necessarily that we could defeat them. It's about what will it do for things. Will oil prices skyrocket? Will the economies start to break down and collapse? Could there be panic? Could there be other disruptions? And I don't know. But I think that it's worthwhile to prepare, okay? I think it makes sense to just go ahead and start preparing for that, because it looks like it's pretty likely at this point. Something else could happen, and the other thing would be the distraction, but it's definitely starting to look like that one or both of these things could happen. So be preparing, folks, because again, and then with the Venezuela thing, they're in our backyard practically, in our hemisphere. Venezuela's not that far away from Florida, and there's been statements from Cuba and from Russia that Russia could park nukes or other weapons in Cuba and have easy striking distance to the United States. We could have the Cuban Missile Crisis 2.0, but this time probably on a lot more steroids than last time. So yeah, you should probably be getting ready. It's building up. Something is most likely going to have to happen, because there's just a lot of bad publicity right now happening in the White House, and a lot of support is being lost. And the big focus is midterms, and the way things are looking now, it's going to be harder and harder to win those midterms. So I would expect something, and you should probably be getting prepared for that. I want to mention one more thing before I get off of here. For those of you that are coming tomorrow morning to the training that we're putting on, check your emails. I sent out an email a day or two ago to each one of you, and there has been a slight venue change. So you need to know that before you arrive tomorrow morning. It's just a half a mile down the road. It's a nice building. It's going to be fine. But I just want you to know, and I put the address and the link and everything, there has been a slight venue change. So check your emails if you signed up to come to that training. All right? Get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.